Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Corner Flag Podcast.
Okay, so I'm your host, Christopher Peck, and here with me is Alex Pask and Sergej Kritnik. And today we'll be talking about the Champions League games that went on yesterday and the Premier League games and what scores and who we think will win on the weekend. And then we'll be talking about fantasy football and what transfers and how we think our teams are going to be doing, and then maybe some other like injuries and controversies or any other games or matches that we think are very good to talk about on here. So we'll be talking about that Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain game. So what's your thoughts on that? What do you think?
It was an interesting one, wasn't it? I think I'm a Newcastle fan for some context here. And I remember a very similar game that we had last season when we went to PSG away and we got bombarded the entire game. But we were still 1-0 up until the 98th minute where obviously, the penalty was given against us, which I'll never forgive PSG for that. But it was a very similar game, I thought, last night. I mean, for Liverpool to escape with that win, I think it does show that they are a sign of champions.
Yeah.
But I think because you've got to have that luck as well.
I mean, if you take a look at the possession between PSG and Liverpool, I think there was a significant difference in the possession there.
Yeah, well, PSG had a 71% possession and Liverpool had a 20%, which is literally a lot. And you could see that every time Liverpool had the ball, PSG were pressing down, getting that ball back. I don't even think in the first half I saw Liverpool had the ball for more than 5 minutes.
I think we had a few VAR checks in the in those terms as well.
Oh yeah.
So we had the offside to kick it off.
Yeah, it was offside, but only, as always, it's always a margin. Is Achilles heel.
Well, that's what it is. It's the semi-automated offsides. Sorry.
Yeah.
The semi-automated offsides that they use in the Champions League, they're really good. Like you can tell if it's offside or not. It's definitive.
Yeah.
Whereas like we saw in the Premier League last season, I think Liverpool had an offside against Spurs, which was completely wrong. Yeah. But so it's good that they've got the semi-automated offsides now, but I think we need them in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think every league should really have them.
Yeah.
But it was a good finish. It was a very good finish, but it was just very unlucky that.
Well, I mean, we also had the VAR check on a potential red card as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know what the ref was looking at, to be honest.
It was a stonewaller.
Yeah.
It was an absolute stonewaller.
There was a clear goal scoring opportunity. I think there was
and
definitely a penalty.
Was it inside the box or outside the box?
It was outside.
Yeah.
It was outside.
But it was still a red card.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
even the commentators on that game were saying.
Yeah, I heard them say that.
He did the exact words were, "I would be amazed if there wasn't a red."
Yeah, but the ref was literally there, literally right in front of it. But I still don't know how they said it was not a red card.
Because I've seen some arguments that it shouldn't be a red card by the fact that it was shoulder to shoulder, but that wasn't just an obvious shove in the back for me. I think it's cynical.
Well, of course, yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He's got away with it quite well, to be fair.
Yeah, well, it was literally in his back. Like, it wasn't. I don't know how someone can say shoulder to shoulder. It was literally in his back.
Oh no, of course.
Yeah, but PSG had incredible stats, but it was just Alisson. I don't know what he ate for breakfast, but that guy was on fire that entire game.
He had his Weetabix, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know, but he was on demon time there.
I mean, we got the shots on target here. 10 shots on target with PSG? Like, Alisson's made 10 saves in this Champions League night.
And none of them went in. None of them went in.
Yeah,
that's unheard of.
27 shots, and Liverpool only had 2 shots and 1 shot on target, which was literally second half. Really, they only had those. They probably had 0-0 or 0 stats on shots on target first half because PSG were so dominant. Then they had no possession, no time to have the ball. Really.
Well, I mean, again, looking at the possession. First half and second half, I feel like PSG dominated the whole game. It was just when Liverpool had them chances, they've obviously capitalised on it, and then that's when they get their first goal, innit?
Yeah, that's what I mean with the sign of champions. By the way, the champions grind out results, and that's what Liverpool have been doing. I think what is it now in the Premier League? They're like 13 points clear, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, something like that. It's not to mention as well that when the goal was given obviously by Harvey Elliott, and he was subbed on, and about a few minutes later he scores.
Yeah,
so his first touch of the game happens to be the time that he scores.
Yeah, that was his first touch, and it was a good finish as well. But Donnarumma had a hand on it, but it was just unlucky that it just didn't go out.
I think Arne Slot has got to have some balls to bring off Mo Salah at the end of the game when his team is chasing a goal and bring on Harvey Elliott, and then he scores with his first touch. That's management.
He's got some future. You can see in the future, I swear, because he's done it before. He's put on the sub, and that sub has scored literally straight after. I don't know how he does it, but it's crazy. What about any other Champions League games? I saw Bayern won 3-0. Harry Kane scored 2. One was a penalty.
It's mental because last season with Vincent Kompany at Burnley, he got relegated. I mean, who would have thought that Vincent Kompany gets relegated last season with Burnley, becomes the Bayern manager, and then beats invincible Leverkusen last season?
Yeah,
they were invincible.
Yeah, well,
it beats him 3-0.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but Vincent Kompany, he's not as good as a good manager as he was as a player. He was a very good player.
He can be, though. He's a promising coach.
Yeah, but he's just got that experience in both things. He was a player and a manager. He's got experience. He can train with his team as well.
I mean, it's kind of similar to when a student becomes the teacher. So you have that side of he has all the ball knowledge and all of that, so he can use that towards his coaching and then teach other footballers, how to actually play the game and how it should be played.
Yeah.
Well, I think on that it's a preferred thing for clubs now to hire former players simply because of that they know the game inside out. Like, you rarely see managers now just come from nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it. I think who is there now who wasn't a player before? Will Still, out in France. I don't know whether he's still there or not, but he learned through Football Manager.
You do have those occasional players who do become the coaches. I mean, obviously you had Zinedine Zidane, obviously a player, now a coach, and now look at that, Real Madrid, absolutely invincible pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, 3 Champions Leagues in a row under him was crazy. But then you get some managers that or players that become managers that just don't do well at all.
Yeah.
Oh no, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just people think they were good at manager, and if Ronaldo retired, people was like, oh, he's going to become a manager and stuff. But Maradona did that, and he managed Argentina when Messi was playing, and it wasn't really that good.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
actually.
Only for a little bit though. He wasn't.
Yeah, but then if you look back at the 2016 Euros when Portugal, I say just Ronaldo, when Portugal won the Euros, Ronaldo was injured and he was pretty much coaching the team.
Yeah.
And then it led to them just scoring that goal, and then so I feel like there is potential in something like this to happen, but it's whether or not Ronaldo actually wants to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's learnt under some great managers as well. He's been managed by Sir Alex Ferguson, obviously, Carlo Ancelotti, Rafa Benitez.
Of course, yeah.
The list is endless.
It just depends if he wants to, carry on with that, which I don't think he will, because I think he's looking towards other stuff.
He's got loads of other commitment.
I think when he created that YouTube channel, I think he said he was going to try and make content or something like that, like movies or whatever. I think.
When he's retired?
Yeah, maybe. I think he's going to try and step away from football. He's still going to...
It's a decent career. I mean, he's got his son as well to train.
Yeah.
He's trained his son for professional football, so it's down to his son to do
I think that's
the rest
good.
of it now.
Did any of you see the Arsenal and PSV game on Tuesday?
I personally didn't watch it, but I mean, seeing Arsenal with a 7-1 win despite not having a striker is actually quite something.
Yeah, it was. It was
I mean, Liverpool done that to Man United about 2 years ago, so.
Yeah.
Well, but Man United.
I mean, as a Man United fan, that was a very
years ago.
as a Man United fan myself, that was a shambles from us.
It was just goal after goal. You can, if you looked away from 1 second, Arsenal just scored another goal. They just kept on scoring.
Was it?
7. They scored 7. Had 8 shots on target and 15 shots.
Like the goal in the 47th minute and then a goal in the 48th.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it wasn't just one person. Everybody from the team was scoring. It wasn't just Odegaard scoring, even though he did get 2 goals.
Got him in my FPL for next week, by the way.
Yeah, but it was everyone was scoring goals. Premier League games. Yeah, we got Premier League games coming up.
Well, I think let's look at the Premier League table here first. I mean, it is looking very, very shambolic at the moment.
Yes.
Well, for Man United, yeah.
For Man United, it is, and for Tottenham as well. Tottenham,
Yeah.
I feel like Tottenham and Man United.
Europa League though for both teams.
Yeah, that's true, but you've got to take into account just the Premier League itself. I mean, we were fighting a relegation battle not too long ago. We're slowly moving up again, but we're fine.
The meltdowns on social media.
Oh, it was really, really bad.
What's your thoughts on Ruben Amorim? Like, good. Is he better than Ten Hag, even though he's not been there for long?
See, it's difficult to determine at this time,
Yeah.
but for someone like him, I think there's definitely potential in this manager.
Yeah.
We're not losing every game. We're winning some, we're losing some. It's just a back and forth process, really. But you got to take into account that right now we are missing quite a significant amount of players who do play a key part in our team.
Yeah.
So you've got Amad Diallo, who's out for the rest of the season. You've got Kobbie Mainoo, who's injured. We need him. Like Amad Diallo and Mainoo, 2 really good players.
Yeah.
I think them 2 have both got potential.
Yeah.
For such a young age that they're at, it's definitely a lot.
I think just on Amorim there, you could see how well he did at his old club, Sporting. I'm pretty sure they were top of the league, invincible. I mean, there's clear potential. It's just going to take time with these things in management.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not always just the manager, is it? It's about the players as well.
Yeah.
It's about them taking that information that they've been given by the manager and then acting upon it.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing clubs are doing too much now. They're getting impatient with managers too quickly. Patience is rewarded in football.
Yeah, because Ten Hag, he got a trophy, and people still he still said he was awful,
Because of his performance, that's
Yeah.
what it was. Like, we were playing every Premier League game and we were losing literally 80% of them. With our current manager, you don't see us losing almost 80% of the games. We're actually winning half of them and losing half.
But I think Man United they're not getting the resources that they should to.
Yeah,
better,
I mean,
really,
The resources.
or like the money,
it's not just that. I think it's down to the players that we're getting and selling. So, for example, I mean, Rashford, he was good at first, and then he went down. But now that he's at a new club, he's actually doing good, well again. I think this is down to the training that he's been given.
Yeah.
I think that where he's at now is much better.
Yeah, well, I've seen Anthony. He's doing very well at his new club. I don't know what Man United do.
I think personally,
make players bad, and when they do, they just get better.
But me personally, I think that Anthony is just not the greatest player. I don't think he performs well enough.
Just, I don't know what it was with Man United, but he was good at Ajax. And,
He was great at the start at Man United as well. He scored a few in his first few games, and he looked like he was going to be a world beater, and then just out of nowhere, just the inconsistencies start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at other players, our defenders are injured as well. Like, it's not just our attackers and midfielders.
Yeah.
It's literally like the whole team is just crumbling at the moment in Man United.
Yeah.
You have Ugarte, he's injured. You have Lisandro Martinez, he's injured as well. Maguire, injured. It's just these players are either injured or suspended, really, and it's just really not on.
And they can really rev up a team, because they're more defensive-minded players. They'll get into a hard tackle, and it'll proper get the team going, ready for the rest of the game.
Yeah. So Premier League games, this weekend coming, including Monday.
Nottingham Forest and Man City is going to be a great game,
What games do you think you'll be watching? We got Nottingham Forest, Man City on TNT Sports, Brentford, Aston Villa, Wolves, and Everton, both on Sky Sports and TNT. So, I think personally I'm going to be watching, obviously, that Man City game against Nottingham Forest. Big game coming up. Nottingham Forest. I don't know what they've been doing. But,
I think the biggest game we've got to worry about here is Newcastle versus, who is it? Liverpool.
West Ham.
Is it West Ham?
You're on about the cup final that's in
on
a couple
Monday,
weeks.
Yeah, which we'll talk about.
We'll talk about that in a future episode.
Yeah,
I think it's a bit early now.
Yeah.
Really?
But, yeah. Obviously,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest. I don't know what they've done, but Jesus Christ.
They've been having a ridiculous season.
They're going back to their Champions League prime, bro.
No, definitely. No, I think Nuno's really got something out of them this season.
Where are they
I
now?
mean, Chris Wood, as a Newcastle fan, watching Chris Wood up front for us, he was shocking.
Yeah, well,
Now at Nottingham Forest, he looks like prime R9.
Nottingham Forest are third right now, and they were
17th last season.
17.
Yep, 17th
Yeah,
last season.
relegation battle.
Comfortably as well.
Nice. Wow.
I don't know what they've done, but I think they might have ate the same thing
I
that
think
Allison did.
last season they did show signs of improvement under Nuno. Because I mean, well, again, this is Newcastle, but they went to St James's Park last season and beat us 3-1, and you could see there was a team there with their pace on the counter attack. I mean, we just couldn't live with them on that day.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, as Sergej said, patience. They weren't good that one, and then he brought some players in, and bang.
Yeah, I mean, it's down to the players really. At the end of the day, like, just because you lose a game doesn't mean you should be demotivated and play.
Right, definitely.
Yeah, well,
Bad the next
they've been
game,
very consistent. They've even rivaled Liverpool. Liverpool at the top.
Yeah, Liverpool haven't beaten them this season.
67 points. Arsenal with 54, and they got Liverpool at Southampton, which
I think it's safe to say that Liverpool right now are just invincible.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're going to win the league comfortably.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
it'll be ridiculous from this position if Liverpool don't win the league.
I think it'll be worse than Arsenal.
I can say that I'm very
worse.
interested.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in that Man City downfall because that is just amazing to see.
But they do have some players out. I think their key player,
I mean, Rodri.
Rodri.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or winner.
I think when Rodri went out, it all just started crumbling down.
We've seen it in the past when Rodri's gone out for City as well. Not just this season, but even last season. Like, I think there was a stat for a long time where City were unbeaten under Rodri, and when they didn't have him, their record just completely crumbled.
Yeah, well, Rodri is their holding key player in their team.
I mean, as a midfielder, he's very
And
very strong.
when he's gone,
Yeah.
there's just a black hole, and Pep's trying to fill that, but it's just not really seemed to work.
He spent a lot in January to try to fill it with Nico Gonzalez, but
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
I think he's just got time to just get used to it.
yeah, I mean to fill in the Rodri hole.
Yeah, the
straight
Ballon
away
d'Or
is-
winner.
He's done quite well so far.
Yeah.
but then again, you get Pep just frustrated.
Oh yeah.
They won like how many Premier Leagues back to back? 3,
I think it's like 4, 5.
Yeah.
something like that. And,
Yeah.
and then he gets annoyed when they're not winning it because
I don't think he's like annoyed. I think he's just like like, it's bound to happen. Your team can't just be winning everything.
Nah, he
continuously
was
for
annoyed.
years.
he was
Yeah,
annoyed.
I
He was
don't-
in the locker room and then he started
Yeah.
obviously
But I
shouting
think
at
everyone,
his own team.
I think everyone can see like a team's not going to be able to win everything for 10 years straight. A team has to always.
But then again, you have to look back. When was the last time Man City won 3 or 4 or 5 Premier Leagues in a row?
When was the last time they won 3, 4, 5 games in a row this season? I mean,
well, it's always just win loss really. But they're still fourth.
Yeah.
They're still doing well, but it's just not up to City 23-24 season standards.
No, of course.
I think this season, it's so much tighter this season in terms of the battle for Europe because the mid-table teams have got so much better. I mean, just take Bournemouth for example, as well as Nottingham Forest. Bournemouth are fighting for Champions League as well. Fulham are up there as well, and then you're seeing teams like obviously Man City falling down a bit, Spurs, Man United, and they're going lower than what they would if they had an off season before because these mid-table teams are doing so well at the minute.
Yeah.
But it's also like, in my opinion, I think Man United are holding up very well at the moment, considering they have lost most of their key players due to injuries or suspensions.
yeah.
I think holding up well is going a bit too far. I mean, they're like 14th.
Yeah, that's still
Yeah.
good considering the players that they don't have.
Yeah.
I think with the mid-table teams that I was on about, yeah, definitely.
That's what I was trying to imply. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think we're gonna go around each match and ask what scores we think
I like that.
the matches will end. So obviously, the big team, Man City, Nottingham Forest.
Interesting match, I think, considering that Man City,
Yeah.
the way
but
that they've been
it
performing is absolutely
it
poorly.
Nottingham Forest does have home stadium as well.
So I think I'm going very bold here. I think it's going to be 2-1 to Nottingham.
2-1.
2-1.
I think I've seen this type of game in the past where like a team's doing really well and then they meet a bigger team at their stadium and they just crumble. I think I could see that. I could see like a 2-0 City maybe.
Well, I mean, it's all down to pressure, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, you're versing a big team, they're going to be like, oh, we've got to win this, we've got to win this.
I'd argue there's more pressure on City for this one. So.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just a
there's
bit, but it's a bit of, like, just one way, really.
'Cause I think Forest are overachieving so much that they don't need to get into the Champions League. Obviously, it would be brilliant if they did.
Yeah. When was the last time Nottingham Forest were even in the Champions League?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
probably not in the 2000s. You know, they weren't in there.
Yeah.
What are you saying for the score then?
It'll be a close game. I don't think that there'll be many goals. I don't think there'll be like it'll be like a 3-0 win. You know, I think it'll be like 1-0 win to Nottingham Forest or a 2-1. You know, as Sergej said, 2-1.
So you're saying a narrow Forest win as well.
Yeah, I think Nottingham Forest have been very good, but also City have been good, but not to their standards. But I still think Nottingham Forest will win because you know they've been able to hold up against Liverpool. You know, Liverpool being very dominant. Salah, you know,
Unstoppable
amazing
this season.
amazing season. Didn't really show that against PSG, but you know, people have the off days on off days, but Salah's just always been on.
Yeah.
Brighton, Fulham at 3:00.
Again, iffy game. I think they're both decent-sided
Both
teams.
are doing well this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, well they are. Well, this
But you
game
see,
is
every game that
important.
Brighton plays is weird.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll lose against people, sometimes they'll win against people.
I mean, they beat us at St James's last
Yeah.
weekend.
I think that match will end in 1-1. I think it's going to be a draw.
Well, it is a very
Where's it being played? Is it played in Brighton?
no.
In Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it is an important game because you know, 8th and 9th, Brighton are in the lead by only 1 point. So this game is big for those two teams.
Massive for both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. In my
Yeah.
opinion. Both good-sided teams. I think one goal from each of the sides.
Yeah, well, going back to that Nottingham Forest, it's only 1 point between City and Nottingham Forest.
I mean, it's so close to the table.
Third and
isn't it?
fourth, you know.
Yeah.
Still, I don't know. We keep saying that Man City have fallen off, but you know, they still could get in the Champions
Well, I think
League.
from their standards.
Yeah, from their
Yeah.
standards, but you know, everyone's just saying that they've fallen off so hard, but you know, at the stats, you know, doesn't really seem like they've fallen off that hard.
Brighton, Fulham, for me, I think Brighton will be buzzing with their recent form. Especially beating Newcastle at St James's. I think.
I think it hurts for you to say that.
3-1 Brighton.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think a 1-1. I think it'll be a draw. I think they'll be quite even with that.
Yeah, I think it'll be
I think-
balanced. I feel like Brighton will come out on top of the possession.
Yeah, I think Brighton will
Oh,
be
yeah,
more
yeah.
dominant on the pitch, but I think Fulham will be like Liverpool, you know, make their chances count.
I'm comparing Fulham to Liverpool.
Yeah,
That's
that is
quite-
a very bold statement right there.
But in that PSG game, I think Brighton will be dominant like PSG.
Yeah.
But Liverpool will take Fulham will take their chances very well.
Oh no, of
I
course.
think it will be 1-1. What do you think, Sergej, will be the score?
I've already said it. I've said it was going to be 1-1.
Why are you copying me for, man? Come on.
You copied me.
No. Crystal Palace, Ipswich. Well,
You see now, again, Ipswich, really, it's a weird team. Sometimes they'll play good, sometimes they'll play bad.
yeah.
You know, I mean, we
Kinda
had
sounds
the,
like
we,
every team in the league at this
we-
point.
well, no, I mean, you had the 3-2 against Man United. Obviously, we won. We beat them
Yeah.
3-2. But again, putting up a great fight in those last minutes, and you know,
Yeah.
a great side, to be honest.
Yeah. Well,
I
Ipswich
still
are-
think they're going to get relegated though.
Yeah, well, they're a very good team, but you know they're just not to Premier League standards. You know.
Yeah, they're not good
Yeah,
enough
that's
for
just
Prem.
it. I think that's the thing with the gap between the Championship and the Premier League now. It's impossible for newly promoted teams to stay up just because of the level of the Premier League teams now is
Yeah.
so high. I think Ipswich, you'll see them finish 18th. They're kind of like Luton Town last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a plucky team. No one really expected them to come up in the first place, but then when they get there, they'll hit you with a few surprises.
Yeah.
Whereas with Leicester and Southampton, you know, they just came back down and then come back up.
Yeah.
Yo-yoing at the minute.
Yeah. Well, Southampton only 2 wins and 3 draws and 22 losses. You know, that's got to be somewhere high in records.
I think
They
for
might
this
break Derby's record.
Yeah.
for this one, I'm going to go with 0-0. I
0-0.
don't think either side's are scoring.
Yeah. Well,
Palace been in
Palace
been
are
good
12th
form.
right now.
Palace been in good form recently.
Yeah.
I think Where's it being played at Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
They did just lose Mateta to injury though, which I mean that was ridiculous.
But Crystal Palace did beat Aston Villa 4-1 though.
Yeah.
Which was
Crystal Palace are a decent team, to be honest.
I think Crystal Palace, it'll be a 2-1 or maybe 2-0 win to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I'm gonna go along the same lines. I think maybe a 2-0. I like that.
I'm gonna stick with the 1-1.
1-1. Liverpool, Southampton. I think it's pretty easy
Liverpool
on
clears the
who's
table.
going to win it, unless Southampton become prime Real Madrid.
Teams like Southampton don't just become really good out of nowhere. I mean, I would happily be proved wrong. Please, if we come back here for the next episode and Liverpool have lost to Southampton at home, please prove me wrong.
Yeah.
But there's no way. 5-0 Liverpool.
We'll be able to see if that PSG game was just a one-off, or maybe it was or Liverpool's fall-off has actually started. So
Nah, I don't. I think Liverpool clear the table here. I think it's going to be 3-0 to Liverpool.
Yeah, it'll be more. I think there'll be more than 2 goals, at least more than 2.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Unless Southampton become a brick wall, I think it'll be.
It depends if they play Park the Bus or not.
Yeah, I think Southampton will get a goal, maybe, unless Alisson is just god tier again.
I mean, Alisson right now is on demon time, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
I think I heard some stat that he's got the most saves into Champions League right now.
Yeah.
I think
That's
I mean,
really
it seemed
I've
about
seen
right
that.
after what we just discussed not long ago, but.
yeah, well, incredible.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think, like I said, clearing the table, Liverpool
Yeah.
3-0.
Yeah, I think maybe 4-0, 3-0. I
Yeah.
think
5-0.
5-0.
5-0.
5-0.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
How many goals do you think Salah's gonna get then?
I reckon he'll have 2.
I think he will score 1 and then assist like 2.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been getting a lot of assists this season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's good.
What's the next one? Brentford Villa.
Yeah, Brentford Villa.
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 Really?
Villa 1-0.
Little plucky win for Villa there,
Yeah.
away from home. They don't get too many away wins, but yeah.
I think Brentford will. Oh no. But
How much?
It's
I
a
think,
tough one, isn't it?
I think it'll.
Villa 100%.
2-1 or 1-0. Bet 1-0. Well, Brentford have been really good. Wissa, and Buemo, also very good.
I already say Wissa first because he's in your FPL team.
No, I'm not saying that. Yeah, but Aston Villa, Watkins, he's been quite good for them as well. I don't. You just have something against.
See, Watkins is one of those. He's one of those people. I think he's not good for his club, but he's good for his country.
Oh yeah, bro, that's like Harry
He's
Maguire.
been great for Villa.
Not as great as he could be though.
Yeah, but that's like Harry Maguire. He's back then he was.
Oh
shit
no,
for Man
Harry
United.
Maguire clears the table in Man United. mate.
Man United was shit with Harry Maguire was shit with Man United, and then just god tier for England. But then.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right.
I think Villa Brentford 2-2.
Really?
Yeah.
1-0,
4 goals.
1-0, Brentford.
1-1. I'm sticking with 1-1.
See,
Oh, did I
imagine-
say 1-0? I can't
Imagine
even
we
remember.
come back next time and like one of us has actually just got all of these right.
No, I'll go with what I originally said. I think
No,
1-0.
we
1-0
will-
Villa.
We'll write them down after this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and then we can come back.
Yeah.
Some people don't fake that. They said, "Oh, I got this," even though they didn't. Even though there will be somebody that will
Oh,
do
we're all
that.
professional there.
Wolves, Everton. I think Everton.
Everton are one of those teams like I can't remember the last time Everton's been relegated.
They haven't.
That's what I'm saying.
They're
yeah,
literally
It's
never
really,
been
really
relegated.
incredible. So considering the state they're in, I think again for the team that they're up against, I think it's going to be a draw.
A draw.
0-0.
Against Wolves away, yeah.
Wolves away.
It's,
Okay.
Wolves away is always a weird fixture, Because
Yeah.
there's
Everton 1-0.
Everton 1-0. Yeah, Everton have been in great form, to
I
be
think
fair.
2-0 Everton. 2-0. Wolves are in a relegation battle right now,
I'm going to go with...
but also is Everton.
I'm going to go with 1-1, I think. Just
Fair
a
enough.
bit of a stinky game, really.
Sunday, Chelsea and Leicester at Stamford Bridge.
Only one winner there, surely.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Yeah, well, Chelsea haven't really been that good recently.
Nah,
Palmer, I don't know.
It's because they haven't
I think-
been relying on their penalties too
I
much.
think I think Palmer's melted, bro. He's not cold anymore.
He's gone cold.
Yeah.
So you think he's warm Palmer right now?
Yeah, he's warm Palmer.
He's not cold Palmer.
No.
No.
He's
Oh.
melted like the fucking.
So I mean, against a team like Leicester, I think they still have a decent chance of winning. So I think it's going to be. Yeah. Is that not what you just said?
No, but
Leicester
I
have been
think
terrible
I
this
think you're
season.
giving Leicester a little bit too many props. You know, Leicester have been kind of shit right now.
No, I'm saying Chelsea has a higher chance of winning.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were saying Leicester would win.
No, Chelsea's clearing this. I think because Leicester's not the greatest team at the moment as well. I think Chelsea are winning this one. Probably around 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah, I like that. You know,
Yeah, I'll go with that. as well.
Nicolas
I don't-
Jackson will score a goal. Trust me.
he's
Jackson.
injured, bro.
Yeah.
No, he won't.
He's injured.
No,
bro.
he won't.
Yeah, he's just
No,
gonna
he won't.
turn up with an injured leg, and he's just gonna.
How
kick
long
it.
is he even injured for?
I have no idea.
A while.
I just know he's injured.
Yeah, because I had him in my team.
I think for me, I could see Leicester scoring. You know, 3-1, maybe.
No, I think 2-0 still.
Maybe Vardy gets a goal just to piss off the home fans a bit.
So Spurs Bournemouth.
Oh, that's a good one. You know,
That is a very good game. I like
that's
that.
a very good game.
Spurs' stadium.
1-0 Spurs.
1-0.
Considering it's at home as well.
I mean, Bournemouth have been faltering a bit recently, though. So, I mean, Spurs. 0-0.
0-0. See, I was originally thinking this, but then Spurs is playing at home, and then you've got to take into account.
Yeah, Spurs don't often not score at home, but I don't know. I just got a feeling.
Fair enough. All right, I'm saying 1-0 though.
Yeah, I think 1-0 round about there. I think Spurs will win. But
You seem to have a habit of copying my scores.
no, but we got similar.
Similar
views
opinions.
Yeah. Man United, Arsenal.
Okay, now see, I'm not even going to be biased here.
Arsenal, bro.
I think Arsenal will win that.
Arsenal 7-1 victory.
Considering, well, the thing I'm taking into consideration again, we haven't got the greatest players playing at the moment. I mean, there's some people that are playing quite well. I mean, goalkeeper Anana's not really doing the greatest either.
Nah, I mean,
He's a bit butterfingers at the moment, letting a lot of goals in. But I think taking things into account, like Arsenal again, top of the table nearly, and then you've got Man United below middle. Like, what do you want me to do? I can't tell the players, do good, please, do good.
Yeah, I think.
I can't tell Amad Diallo to get off of injury and just play the game.
I think 2-0 victory against for Arsenal against Man United.
I have a strong feeling Man United will just end up somehow in a miracle, slip one past. I think 2-1 to Arsenal.
what 2-1 to Arsenal miracle? Man United are just one of those teams, aren't they? They'll play terribly, but they'll just get a win.
Yeah, pretty much. Sort of like the Liverpool PSG game last night.
Not here though. 2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah. Fair enough.
West Ham, Newcastle.
Yeah, I'll kick it off then.
Yeah,
Um,
of course.
We have been just so inconsistent. I mean, we won 9
Yeah.
games on the bounce, and then
West Ham 2-1.
win, loss. It's.
I
You said
think-
West Ham 2-0?
I said West Ham 2-1.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Bruno
I'll tell you-
Guimaraes will not come in clutch.
No, I'll tell you what. It's the game before the final. We were terrible before the EFL Cup final last time we were there.
Yeah,
so-
but you got to take into consideration like you've got a big game coming up.
exactly. That's the
This is a
point, yeah.
game of games right now.
Yeah.
I think it depends. In the cup, you have been quite decent, to be honest.
Well, I mean, not last time against Brighton in the FA Cup. I mean, that was so bad.
Yeah,
I
but then
mean, I
then
don't know what-
again, no one thought that Man United was going to win the FA Cup, but we did.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Well, Arsenal are missing their key player.
Who knows? Maybe we can win it this year as well.
Anthony Gordon. Red
Arsenal missing Anthony Gordon.
Card.
Nice.
Newcastle missing their key player. Red card in the FA Cup against Brighton.
Yeah.
I mean,
Arsenal
okay,
still
this was
match,
the Premier League game, wasn't it? When he got the red card.
No.
No,
It was an FA Cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Against Brighton.
Yeah.
See, now I actually reviewed this red card, and I think there was a lot of discussion about, it might not have been a red, but it also might have been a red. In my opinion, I think something like this is definitely a red. I mean, he's clearly shown aggression and intention to do it to the player.
I think obviously in the heat of the moment after the game, for me as a
come on,
Newcastle
man.
fan,
Like,
I will always argue in the GC in our favour in terms of a refereeing decision in the heat of the moment. now after watching it back now, it was so stupid. It was actually so stupid to do that with a final coming up for your team. That's not the kind of thing you do. You don't lose your discipline like that.
Well, is he missing?
Yeah, he's missing the final.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Well,
'cause of what he done.
Yeah. But he's missing those Premier League games as well.
But yeah,
what
I
did
mean,
he
the first
originally
game
do?
West
What
Ham,
was it?
yeah.
He pushed him and then
Pushed him in the head, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, well, just not acceptable in that type, But everyone's like getting worked up, adrenaline's rushing, it's just how it is.
Yeah,
You know
From
what?
that
I think
context,
I'll
anything
change
can
my
happen.
prediction there. I think it'll be 1-0 Newcastle.
1-0.
I think they'll just about slip it past.
Right. I don't
I'm
know,
not even
with
being
our-
biased considering you're my mate. I'm just saying 1-0
No.
Newcastle.
With our inconsistencies at the minute, I think we had a 2-2 at West Ham last season. I reckon it'll be the same 2-2.
If not that, I think it'll be 1-1 and then pens. You'll win.
Pens against West Ham in the Premier League.
In the
No, I'm talking about
Oh,
the
in the
final.
Carabao.
Oh,
The Carabao.
Was that what you were predicting there? A
Yeah,
1-0
yeah.
Newcastle for the Carabao final.
Yeah.
I'd take that any day. I'll go mental if we win
I-
Carabao.
I think Newcastle will probably win in the Carabao, but I think.
Is it just because I'm a Newcastle fan?
No,
I've already told you
I-
because you're a Newcastle fan, but
I don't know. To be honest, I'll just have to see how Newcastle keep playing, But against West Ham, I think it'll be a 1-0 win to Newcastle. I think it'll
1-0 win
It'll just be
as well, yeah.
scraps.
As if the only Newcastle fans are the one being pessimistic about Newcastle with the 2-2.
Well, like I said, it's not because you're my mate. It's because I genuinely
No.
I'm trying to make a decent prediction here based off
Yeah,
of
yeah.
stats.
I'm about looking at FPL now.
Yeah.
Do that?
FPL.
Yeah.
You wanna do-
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Fine, mummy. We love it.
Okay.
What's
So
your situation?
well, I'm kind of in a dire situation right now because you've got the game week 29 coming up with
I mean, I'm not even in it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
game week
You'll be next
29.
season, though. You're not escaping that.
I'll be here next season, but we do have our own little forfeits. For
Yeah, well, if
next-
you got
next
any ideas for some forfeits, please put them in the comments.
Yeah, that's a good
because-
one, yeah. Nothing too crazy though.
Nothing
Yeah.
too crazy. No, please don't.
Because Eric never wants to do them crazy ones. So game week 29. Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Newcastle, and is it Aston Villa?
Aston Villa, yeah.
That are not playing, and you got to take them out. But you can have 3 players on the bench. But annoying, Gordon got red card.
I had him as well. That is-
I have him as well. He's on my bench currently right now.
Yeah, he's on my team, guys.
Gakpo. Yeah, Gakpo
No, I wish.
is injured though. He does
You
have
don't
an
wish.
ankle injury, but will Gakpo play against Southampton?
I mean, he didn't play against PSG, so I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd back it, to be honest.
Well, it depends. Is it a Premier League match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Gakpo will play in it.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Really
For such, I'd understand maybe not the Champions League because it's such a high status,
Yeah.
trophy.
Yeah.
But maybe in the Premier League, I think you'll get a chance.
Yeah. Well.
Especially considering it's Southampton at home.
I-
You can
You can take a
try
chance.
You can try players out in that game.
Yeah.
You can definitely try and
I
take a chance.
don't have any choice with Gakpo. I pretty much just have to put him in. Hope he
You
plays.
got Gibbs White there on your bench.
Yeah,
you could put
but
him
he's
in.
playing City though. He's playing City.
Yeah, I can't lie, he's staying on
so-
the
Say
bench.
Forest would beat City though.
Yeah, but who knows if Gibbs White scores? Chris Wood could get 2 goals.
He could get an assist.
Yeah, he could get an assist, but who knows?
I think you've probably got more of a chance at Gibbs White than Gakpo.
Yeah, but it's Liverpool versus Southampton.
Yeah, we'll come back next time and Gakpo's going to have a hat trick in it.
Yeah, we're going to come back. Gakpo plays for 2 minutes, and I'm going to get 0 points from him.
Literally.
So, currently for me, I just have to... What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have Guehi, Salah, and Konsa on the bench for that game
Salah on the bench. Oh, for the game
week...
week 29.
For the game week 29.
Got you. Right.
And then I'm going to have to just transfer Gordon and Gakpo out. Well, which, sadly...
See, now, in my opinion, I think you should keep Gakpo, just in case.
What, for Salah or Guehi?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't do that, no.
I think you
It's-
should...
It's not a bad shout.
I think you should keep Gakpo, because I feel like he might actually do something. You definitely want Mo Salah, though. Mo Salah...
It depends
necessary.
if
So
Gakpo,
necessary.
if
Yeah.
Gakpo doesn't play, then I will take him out. But if he
This guy has no brain.
what?
He has no game knowledge. No ball
game
knowledge. No ball
No,
knowledge.
if Gakpo doesn't play for Southampton, at all.
Check the lineups then when they release.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do that though.
Yeah,
'Cause
well, I can't do that right now.
The deadline will already be done by then.
No.
Yeah, but if Gakpo doesn't play and he's not on the team, then I'll take.
Listen,
Him
it's
out.
just about taking the chances, really.
Yeah,
So
well, every
it's
time
true,
I do
FPL
that,
is about taking
but
chances.
every time I
you
do
know
that,
Because what happens? What happens if you take out Gakpo and then he scores like a hat trick?
What on game week 29?
Yeah.
Well, you can't.
Bro, you
Game
ain't playing
29.
game week 29, man. Liverpool aren't playing game week 29.
They
Oh,
got the Carabao final.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He might. Never mind. I'm not going to say what I wanted to say.
So yeah, Alex,
Yes.
you know, what are you doing for your team?
I have done a wild card this week
Oh,
because
wild
my
card.
team got absolutely decimated over the weekend.
Yeah.
Lewis Hall injured for the rest of the season. Anthony Gordon suspended. Cunha injured. Wait, no, suspended.
Yep.
That's 3 players on my bench already, and I was planning on playing a wild card next week anyway, so I've just done it a week early.
Yeah. Well, you do after the game week has ended. You still keep the same team, so you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
let me have a look at what I've done here. So, I put Allison in goal.
Allison. Yeah. Well,
After is
I think that is a good choice though.
I've also put in Jared Bowen against Newcastle.
Yeah.
He's just one of them players that's just gonna score against us. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Can't
Then
expect
again, you
that.
do see his name pop up every now and then.
Yeah. But I'm also planning on doing a bench boost soon as well. So I've sort of set my team up for that specific game week on game week 30.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was a process, I can't lie. I spent about an hour on it at midnight last night. It just
Yeah. Well, isn't there another game week where not a lot of players are playing?
yeah, 34.
Yeah. So
But you're far away from
yeah,
that.
yeah.
for now.
But my plan is to, I'm gonna have to take a point hit, no matter, but only 4 points. You know, that's not that much.
Nah,
but-
it's not bad.
but
I mean,
I am going to.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard here. He's actually first and second.
I'd say
Alex
that first.
is first by
A long distance.
quite a bit of distance, and me and Eric are close between. Eric has 1,575, and I got 1,553. So you know, it's quite close, but you know, slowly gaining a lead on Eric.
I'll stay on my
hopefully.
perch at the top with 1,717.
Well, you know, who knows? You could have some stinky weeks with only 20 points, and somebody gets like 50, bro.
No, I'll tell you what, no, because I have been doing.
Can we just agree?
badly
Whoever
recent
loses
weeks.
gets red arsed for this season.
This season?
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're not in it.
Yeah, well, he's not doing it. Well, if it was, it would be Alfie because he's like 300 points behind us.
I don't think
Yeah,
he
but he's
pays
been locked
attention
out of
to
his
it.
count, though. He's
Yeah.
been locked
Yeah.
out of his count. So.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Armin's still even playing.
Yeah.
You know, but
So therefore, it's just down to you, Eric, and
yeah,
Alex.
it's just us 3. Yeah,
So that's why I think the losers should just get red arsed.
yeah, but
Well, you want to do it as well, yeah?
I'll voluntarily take it for not being
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of it,
Yeah, well,
but I want to take a shot against someone. I think that's
yeah,
definitely one of
but
them.
is Eric gonna allow us to do
Yeah,
that? Though?
yeah.
Well, he did
Well, I
let
mean,
us
he's
do
not
it
last
though.
at the moment, is he? It's you technically.
Actually, yeah, true.
Yeah, but you know, Eric's quite confident on
There's a lot of
who's
stake
gonna win.
there.
And it's going to be from 5 yards.
From
I
5 yards. You'll still miss.
No.
Yeah,
I
you,
won't.
you will still miss.
No, Chris would.
No, I won't.
He would toe punt the ball and it would go to the other side
Yeah,
of the
toe
field.
punt hitting your ass. I will.
Good one, mate.
Thank you. Is there
I don't think there's anything else to talk about for this episode.
No?
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 Wrap it up here.
No.
All right, I think, yeah, we can wrap it up.
Okay.
All good.
Okay, so thank you very much for watching the Corner Flag podcast, and we'll be back with the next episode.